Morning, chaps. It's just about 6 o'clock in the morning. We finally made it to Scotland, and I'm currently at the foot of Ben Nevis. This is going to be a long hike, but my God, what a mountain! Let's have a look at this. Feels like it's taken nearly a year to plan this trip, and like all best laid plans, everything that I'd imagined I was going to do, I haven't done. But the one thing I have done is made it here. So I'm going to get climbing. I'm hoping to take about 7 hours up and down, and fingers crossed I'll get you some views on the way. So the route to the top starts at the Ben Nevis Visitor Centre. From here it's a short walk to the foot of the mountain and the start of the climb proper. The rocky path, which includes multiple terrains, heads ever upwards with occasional plateaus before climbing and zigzagging again. We come to a lake on the left, which is the approximate halfway point. Past that, it's a steady climb upwards before reaching the top at about 8 kilometres or 5 miles. After a stop at the top for the obligatory selfies and maybe something to eat and drink to keep the energy levels up, then we head back down the same path to the visitor centre, making a total hike of approximately 16 kilometres or 10 miles. Back at the visitor centre there are toilets and refreshments, which are very welcome after such a long hike. All in all, this is a long and testing climb, but ultimately incredibly worth the effort. You can see the clouds still hugging the top third of the mountain there on the right. And as always, I don't think it will show on camera how high that is, but trust me, it's high. There we go. This is it. I won't lie to you. I'm a little bit wary of this. I know that my fitness levels are so incredibly poor. I don't know if I'll make it to the top, but I'm certainly going to give it a damn good try. Those clouds just hanging on to the tops of the surrounding mountains. Okay. So we've had a few people pass us so far, and I feel like it's just going to get busier and busier as the day goes on. But we're at about the 20-minute mark, and I mean the views are just the most breathtaking things I've ever seen. Short of being in a plane, I've never seen anything like it. Hello mate, how we doing? You okay? The only thing is you've got to be a bit careful of where you're walking, because you can very easily lose your footing. So if I go out of shot, then that's just me trying to balance myself. Long way to go. So my plan is to stop. My plan is to stop every hour for 5 minutes and take some water on board. Maybe have a snack if I'm hungry. But we're coming up to, oh god, I don't know, I can't even see me watch. But yeah, the plan from now on is just to take it very, very slowly, one step at a time. Because I don't want to, I don't want to peak too soon, so to speak. So this bit's interesting. The steps have been replaced by basically just rocks with plenty of opportunity to slip and fall, so do be careful. Yeah. Oh, that'll give you the willies if you're scared of heights. So this is actually the first time that I've thought to myself, I might not make this. It's incredibly tricky and steep. Oh god. Right. So I'm at this point. I don't even think we're halfway. But well, look at this. This is possibly the hardest thing I've ever done. And as I say, I even think we're at halfway yet. But what an experience so far. I mean, all those Kent hikes while I was seriously out of breath climbing a minor hill. They were at least in some part good training for this. Although I'm still definitely not match fit. Oh my god. Oh, my legs are so sore. You literally can't see a thing. It's just pure mist. I mean, fortunately you can see the path in front of you. Unfortunately also, I got to this point before the mist hit. But yeah, you can't see a thing. That's the purest water you're ever going to drink right there. Oh dear. Look at that. You will never drink cleaner water than that, I'm sure. Feels like the cloud might be starting to lift, I could be wrong, but I can see further ahead than I could 5 minutes ago. So, really, onwards and upwards. I'm hoping that takes us past the halfway mark, and it won't be too much further before we can touch the top. But we shall see. Just see now how high that goes now. I'm going to put the camera away because it's way too dangerous to be trying to concentrate on filming and clambering over all this. So it's just before we set off. Zoom in on that waterfall. Incredible. You can see the sheep up there on the side of the mountain, and one up here. Whew. Alright, there we go. Might be some shaky camera work here as I try and manoeuvre my way through this. Without getting your feet soaking wet. There you go. Oh. Just over there, that zigzag path that you can just about see, that's where we've come from. That's the path we've taken up to the lake and then round, where you can just see in the distance. Anyway, still a long way to go. Hey, hello, hello. You're too excited. You're too excited. I won't lie to you. The last hour, I've nearly given up so many times that I've lost count. It's relentless. It's so difficult. I mean, I'm 53. I'm not 20 or 30 anymore. So obviously I'm not as fit as I was once upon a time, but somehow I just keep going. I mean, I've got my grandmother's stubborn streak. I passed somebody a little while back who said there's 1,500 feet to go. I don't know if he meant feet or what, but I've just got to get to the top. I've got to do it now. There's no two ways about it. I can't be beaten. Right, here we go. So I'm about to sit down because I've got some serious cramp in my left leg, right leg even, and it just keeps seizing up. So I've had to sit down for a minute. This thing never ends. It just never ends. It just goes up and up and up. It's the most insane thing I've ever known. I've had people passing me on the way up and on the way down, and they're all quite young, in their 30s, bastards. And yeah, I'll just keep stopping. Well, I have to. But I'm not giving up. I don't know how much further there is to go, but I'm not giving up. I refuse. Absolutely refuse. I full on feel like I'm on this mountain on my own. I'm not, but it feels like it. Somebody told me about 5 minutes ago that there were 2 more steep corners, and then it gets easier. Somebody else said that when it levels out, it takes half an hour from there. This rucksack is killing me. I've seriously overloaded it, and it's what's causing me the most problems at the moment. like we're nowhere near the top.
Co może, jak to się nazywa? Takie medyczne sprawy, jak chory. Zastanawiamy się, do kogo chodzi. Luksny, tak? Luksny.
There's one steep old drop. Made it to the top of Ben Nevis finally. It took 4.5 hours from up to the summit. And quite a few times I thought I wouldn't make it, but I did. And I feel like I've achieved something. Say coming down the mountain I thought was going to be, you know, a bit of a cakewalk, but obviously where your feet are pointing downhill after doing a 4.5 hour trek up the mountain, you're now going at a downward gradient which naturally pushes your toes into the front of your shoes. So my toes are right now getting the battering of their lives. But the sun keeps shining through the clouds every now and then, and you get the occasional glimpse of the view below. But I'll be honest, I'll be glad when I'm back onto the those steps. I mean, it's the most incredible range of mountains I've ever seen. Yeah, I've got to, sorry. But you have my utmost respect.
Very kind, sir, very kind.
Nice one, take care.
I'll see how I feel back on the way back down.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. I mean, there's some mad people about. I saw somebody, watched a film last night of somebody climbing Ben Nevis, and he said it took him 6 hours to get up and 6 hours to get down. And I was like, well, that doesn't make sense. How can it take as long? But I can assure you that coming down is nowhere near as easy as you might imagine it to be. My toes are absolutely knackered, for want of a better phrase. Oh, and that keeps happening because it's majorly uneven ground. But bit by bit we're getting back to something like the lower ground. I'm not going to lie, sir, I'm absolutely knackered. I'm completely done in. I'm 1.5 ways through, got half of it to go, and I'm done. I remember getting to the slap path on the way up, but it's just a gravel path, very few rocks, and I remember mistakenly thinking to myself, oh well, that's halfway, maybe it'll get easier, because it doesn't look that far from here. Oh, was I mistaken? Oh, was I mistaken? Around every corner there's just another site to behold. You can see the rivers winding through the sort of, I don't know what they're called, crevices in the mountains, where the slopes, I suppose you'd call them. But yeah, they're everywhere. I can't get over this waterfall. And tomorrow, the plan, if I can still walk, the plan is to go to Still Falls. I've just had the longest shower that you can imagine. So I don't normally do a piece to camera. That's never been my style. I find it a bit embarrassing. But I feel like I needed to say a couple of things after today's Ben Nevis climb. I don't think anything's ever tested me as much, physically and emotionally, which I know sounds very... you know, it really did. It pushed me to the absolute limit. I mean, I'm 53. Until I was 40, I smoked and drank like it was going out of fashion. So, you know, I'm not the fittest of people. But the effect it's had on me, not just being able to get to the top, And trust me, it was hard work getting up there and getting back down again, which surprised me quite a lot. I never thought it would be hard to get back down again, but it was. But what surprised me the most was throughout the whole experience, people were coming up and asking, you know, were you okay? Do you need help? Not just me, you know, everyone. People were asking anyone who looked like they were struggling at any point. And it just goes to show that, you know, the simple kindness of strangers can make a massive difference. In particular, two people, Gail and Emma, who I met about a kilometre from the top, and and Gail was pushing me to keep going. You know, I was about ready to call it in, but she kept pushing me to keep going. And I'm really glad she did. It's like I say, it's that simple kindness of strangers. People you've never met before, and you might differ in a million things, but right there, right then, you're a community on that mountain, all trying to get to the top. And you know, it's had quite a profound impact on me and how I'm thinking tonight as I sort of as my body struggles to not break down completely. Anyway, to Gail and Emma, thank you. It was a pleasure meeting you, and I don't know if I could have done it without you, frankly. So thank you. And to everyone else on that mountain who helped anyone out, thank you. Thank you for being, you know, those kind of people. Anyway, till next time.